Okay, so I got my smoker going. I found out the best way for me to do it is start out with newspaper and get it going, and then roll up some plain cardboard pretty tightly and stuff it in there. And once that's burning, I take a nice handful of wood chips and throw it in there. And it burns pretty good. I can go through pretty much all my hives with that, and it'll still be burning.
So let's take a walk over to the hives now.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so these are my two big hives. They're 9 frame. These 2 boxes are honey supers. I have to check them today and see how full that they're getting.
The originals are these 2 that had the queens in them.
It takes about a week or a week and a half for them to fill up one of these so far.
And over here, he's made these boxes.
These are my nucs. This is a 2 frame mini nuc, and then these are 5 frame nucs.
2 frame nuc and 5 frame nucs. And what does that mean to people that don't know?
Well, there's 2 frames instead of...
And why do you have to do this?
It's smaller for them to start out with, and then they'll make themselves a new queen.
There you go. Make themselves a new queen.
Hopefully.
At least that's the plan, said Stan to the man. Okay, and what do you have to do with your smoker?
Smoke the bees a little bit so that they calm down.
Right, smoking them so that they calm down. And that creates a sense in them that just keeps them pretty much mellow. It doesn't harm the bees to smoke them.
Unless you over smoke them, then it'll make them agitated.
Okay. And what are we doing here?
Just cleaning off this hive tool. If there's any disease on it or anything cleaned off.
And he does not have his bee suit on today because he just feels that it's too hot and it's like wearing a tent, and he's quite comfortable with his bees.
Gotten stung a few times, it's not that bad.
Yeah, he said it's like sewing and you miss and you hit your finger with the needle. Kind of, it's like that, he says, the sting. He never swelled or nothing. Got him on his fingers.
Ooh, lots of water on it.
Okay, let's get a little up close here and see what they're about today. Okay, he's smoking them. And that's the way he does it.
They're in a pretty good mood.
Yeah. I'm gonna just kind of skim down. Let's see.
They might get grumpier if you're in front of the hive. Just like this light.
Hopefully I don't get stung.
It's not too bad though. Oh, heavy.
Look at that,
They're
eh?
filling that up nicely. Some of that on this side. You see that with the wax over it, that's capped honey. And then this is open honey. They flutter their wings around and they get the moisture content down so that it won't ferment. And then they put wax over it and they're just starting to cap this off. And then when it has wax over it, it's done.
And you said each box shall get about 200 pounds of honey?
Yeah, each hive.
Each hive. So like, that's a hive, that's a hive. This is a super, and that's a super. And explain again about the supers. Why do you put them on there?
So that the bees put honey in them that you can take.
And so that they don't...
If you don't put them on, they'll run out of room, and then they'll swarm, and you'll be
Right.
on a tree branch somewhere.
So, okay, so they don't swarm. That's
really
the purpose of doing it. Otherwise, you'll end up with them way up in there or some damn thing, hey? I understand. Well, yeah, this is...
They're not aggressive. Look at this.
And if you get up in there, you can see the honey, the liquid in there, like the little shiny
You can
pockets.
touch them. As long as you don't squish them, they just don't like the heat of your hands, so they'll move out of the way.
Just looking through the lens to touch it.
They're really calm right now. It's a nice, beautiful day, so probably add on another super today. I'll check this out though. If you don't add on another super, they'll get honey bound. We'll start putting honey in the brood chambers, which are the bottom 2 boxes. Then the queen won't have anywhere to lay, so they'll swarm.
Hmm.
I don't want them to swarm. I don't need them on a tree branch somewhere.
No.
That's nice. I just almost filled up this one. I gotta get all that burr comb at the bottom. All this, you're supposed to get that off there. That's burr comb.
And that's what you use the tool that you were using the blowtorch to clean, right?
Yeah.
And the man who you got the bees from taught you to do that because of disease. You don't want to spread it from hive to hive and such if they do have chances of having diseases, which that's a good idea.
I'll get all that burr comb after. Yeah, this outside frame, it doesn't look like they've really done anything with. That's nice.
Getting a little bit annoyed with you. See how they're starting to...
They're not too bad though. I haven't
No.
gotten any stings yet. They're starting to fill some of the burr comb up with honey. I just scraped all that off like about 3 days ago, and they already made more and filled it with honey. Pretty much, they're starting to, so you can... Starting to fill it with honey. I might add on another super today. I'm going to check out the other hive too after.
See up close there, you can see the pollen that they're carrying in on the backs of them. Some of them have it, some of them don't. A lot of them do. I'm going to move away because they're starting to not like me a whole lot at the moment. And I do smell fresh because I just had a shower, so I'll smell flowery and they'll think, oh hey, chomp on that bitch.
If you ever get stung, I've heard that it's good to put smoke on the sting, because it stops the, when they sting you, they put out a pheromone that tells other bees where to sting you. So if you put smoke on it, you can't smell that.
Huh.
At least I've heard that works. I'm not sure though.
Or if it swells, just use some of my Snapdragon antiseptic.
Yeah. Surprisingly, I didn't swell. I've gotten stung on the hands and on the bottoms of my feet. I haven't swelled.
I'm going to try and do another little close-in here of the orange stuff that they're carrying in, the pollen on their backs and stuff. Just try and zoom it up.
You can get this guy here, he's got pollen on him.
See it?
There's one carrying pollen. Oh, there's another one. Little orange balls on the back of them, that's pollen. They mix that in with honey and then they eat it. They also just eat honey.
Fucker! It was on the bottom of my leg and I don't want to smash it or I'll get stung. Okay.
Especially because you're in front of the hive, so
right.
It makes it more...
Okay, I'm going to just push pause for a half a boo.
I'll add on another super today. Most of the frames in this are filled.
Little bees go marching one by one with pollen in them. Gonna make some honey. Gonna make some honey.
So this frame, it was on the outside right where this one is now, and they haven't really done much with it. So I took one that was in the middle that was filled with honey and put it on the outside, and then I'll put this one right here, and they'll hopefully draw it out and put honey in it. I think I am going to put another super on, just, I don't want them getting honey bound if I can't check on them for a few days.
Right. Okay.
This thing was barely filled, and in about 4 days they put a lot of honey into it. I'm just going to shake these off here so that I can get the bird comb off. Not most of them off. They're not very happy that I did that, but they didn't sting me. Out of the way, little buddy. I haven't gotten stung while doing this.
Well, that's good.
Out of the way. This, you can save all this, melt it down into wax. Well, it already is wax, but you need to melt it down and make candles or something. There you go. I have to do this on all the frames. I do this fairly often. I just scraped it all off about 3 days ago, and they've already pulled it back up. I did a split on these. That's how I got those nukes over there. Okay. Might get stung. Get off there. They're starting to get a little bit grumpy. They're still in the deep retail.
Look at that chem dog, sure is happy. Durban poison is a bushy one. And my 9-year-old geranium is just a happy gal. Ooh. The oregano is nice too over here. And then this is a snapdragon. Corn and zucchini. The big heads on those, eh? Wow. I've done marigolds before, but often don't get big heads on them like that. Poppies, peas. Oh wow, they're happy. It's a rose. She gave flowers already once, but she's doing nice. I put her in the pot like that instead of in the ground because I was thinking maybe I'd bring her in for the winter. Yeah, no shitting. No shitting in the garden. So you've added another super today in this top yellow box. And let's just have a boo inside. See, nobody's in there yet.
There's a couple of moths in here. I put some smoke in the box and they got out of there, but I think moths can be a problem with these, so at least they're gone now. Oh, there's one.
Get out of there, moth friend.
I think they can be problems with wax moths. I'm not sure if that was a wax moth or not.
Tell me when. Okay, well, thanks for sharing your information about your bees, Justin. I hope that the viewers appreciate and maybe have a little bit more knowledge and understanding about the bees if they didn't know anything about the bees before this. Well, hopefully my son can help you learn. He's helping me learn, and I appreciate him for sharing that with me, and that's about it. And I hope you do too. Have a great afternoon, and